Once upon a time, Tina Entwistle meets her Prince Charming, Louis de Lake.
They were going to always love each other. There was no doubt about that.
Coming down that aisle with that smile on her face, she was really happy.
But this fairy tale becomes a nightmare in an instant.
I have this sick gut feeling something's not right.
It was a fast and extremely violent attack.
This cannot be happening. It was unreal.
For this couple, the honeymoon is over. Tina Entwistle has dreamed about this day. It's her day, finally. She's 30, a single mom, with the experience of tough times and bad relationships that single moms sometimes have.
When you're a single mother, your life is so hard. It's so easy to have a rescue fantasy, the thought that some Prince Charming is going to come in and make everything just a little better.
Tina has found her Prince Charming, and today they'll marry. It's cool outside in Port Jervis, New York, but inside, the church is full of warmth as the bride drifts along to meet her groom.
To see her coming down that aisle with that smile on her face, I knew she was really happy.
Welcome, family, friends, and loved ones.
She cried the whole entire time. Even when they were at the altar and they were saying their vows, she was crying. You know, she was just happy.
I do.
Tina's fallen for the boy next door, literally. She's marrying her handsome neighbor, Louis de Lake.
Tina's relationship with Louis was built on love. She believed, like fairy tales, that this man's gonna come and whisk her away. And I guess that's what her fairy tale was about, finding happiness.
You may kiss the bride.
But just a few hours later, at Tina's house, things take a very dark turn.
That night, about maybe 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, I hear a bunch of screaming and yelling. I looked out and I seen all kinds of people. I mean, there was a lot of people out on the street.
A 911 call comes in at 1:01 a.m.
I said, we need somebody at 10.5 First Street. I said, I'm not really sure what happened.
In the chaos, nobody's sure of anything. Soon, the little white house on the quiet dead-end street is awash in blue and red.
We had to secure the crime scene, and we had to get family members to leave so that we could secure it. EMS was tending to a male subject who was laying on a stretcher in front of the residence.
It's crazy, but it's the groom, Louis de Lake. He's wounded, but alive. Things get even worse inside. A trail of blood leads to an upstairs bedroom, where a woman lies.
She was covered with blood, and she was wearing her wedding dress.
It's impossible to think, but it's Tina, barely alive.
It's a small, tight-knit community, and you tend to get to know many of the residents by first name. I had personally known Tina and her family for several years. It was shocking to see her laying there with her wedding dress.
How could a wedding party turn into a violent crime scene? Ironically, Tina had moved to Port Jervis from her hometown of Passaic, New Jersey, to escape a violent past.
My dad wasn't a typical dad. He was abusive, mentally, emotionally, physically. So we clung together to get through that, me and my 4 siblings.
Tina was able to find calm in the storm of her hostile environment through the love of her siblings. You know, they all were in this together, but they stuck together, they supported each other, and they consoled each other.
She carves out a new home in the rural New York town.
And eventually, because we're a close-knit family, we followed one by one. Before you know it, we all were up here.
Surrounded by her 4 siblings, her mother, and new friends, she finds a job, a cozy home.
Good, just going shopping with the kids.
She falls in love a few times and has 3 kids. But the relationships never work out. That is until Louis DeLegge moves in next door. Born in Ecuador, he too has family in Port Jervis.
Can you help with that?
No, we're good.
And he would often see her dragging the garbage cans out or shoveling her sidewalk, and he always offered to help. But Tina is very independent. She didn't want help. She was in the midst of building Tina's life with her children, without no men involved, none of that nonsense, and she was doing fine.
It's hard for a woman who's been in so many abusive relationships to trust, to accept love, accept kindness, and know that that's okay.
Still, she notices how sweet Louis is with her kids. He doesn't have any of his own and loves spending time with them.
What are you doing over there? Nothing.
They take trips to the zoo, to ball games, to the beach.
What's the whole commotion out here? Checking somebody out? No.
Like Tina, Louis is all about family.
Looking at this little cutie up there, I guess. I'm looking at the kid.
She kind of said, wow, you know, you don't find a lot of men who want to be bothered with somebody else's children. I think that's what made Louis grow on Tina. Because Tina always said, if my children like him, then he has to be a decent person. And the children loved Louis. They loved him.
At first, this scared her, because this can be very unfamiliar, this kind of kindness. But eventually, she warmed to him.
Slowly, Louis wiggles his way into her heart.
You want to go for a walk?
Thank you.
When I saw Tina and Louis for the first time, together as a couple, they were walking and they held hands. You can see it in their eyes. You know, they were always affectionate towards each other.
But before she even slips out of her wedding gown, the happiest day becomes the worst. Her brother Frank is stunned when he hears someone stab Tina.
Stab! Come on!
Then things get blurry. Everything goes into a haze after that.
He sees his sister, bloodied on the floor. And then, a shocking sight. Louis's brother Angel holding a knife. He attacks. Angel flees with Frank on his heels.
Frank was running up and down the street. I mean, he was screaming. He was very, very upset, and he was trying to chase somebody. I don't remember who he was chasing because there were so many people.
They disappear into the darkness. No one knows what's going on, and everyone's panicked. Then, suddenly, a body falls from a second-floor window. It's the groom, Louis. He's unconscious and covered in blood. It's not long after that the cops arrive. Has Angel stabbed both the bride and the groom?
At this point, it was complete confusion. It was complete chaos.
It's a crazed whirlwind outside. But inside, a quiet tragedy is unfolding.
When the fireman, the EMS worker, came in and said to me I had to leave, that's when I grabbed her hand. Tina never liked to be alone. How do you get up and walk away? That's somebody I loved all my life. I grew up with her. Taught her tie her shoes, her ABCs, colors, stars, moons, cartwheels, jump rope. How do I walk away from her?
Only 10 hours after the wedding, the bride struggles for life. And the groom is rushed to the hospital. Everyone else is numb. How can this be happening on a wedding night?
To see Tina put that wedding dress on in the morning and look so pretty and so happy. For what?
On the happiest day of Tina Antwissel's life, she exchanges vows with the man she loves, Louis DeLake, the father of her newborn daughter.
Do you promise to love, honor,
Everything is perfect until the unthinkable.
I see she's got a gash in her head. I see she's got cuts like where she might have tried to protect herself. Now I see blood all over the room.
Oh my God, what happened?
She's scared. She's confused. She don't know what's going on. She keeps looking at the crib.
Her 3-month-old is curled up, sleeping there, just out of reach.
I see that she's worried about her kids because she keeps pushing that one leg to get to that crib. So finally I said to her, Tina, don't worry, I'll take care of your kids. You don't have nothing to worry about.
It seems to be the one thing Tina needs to hear before she lets go.
She looked at me and that one tear came out her eye, and I knew inside, and it was her last breath.
As Tina dies, her champagne pink gown is soaked crimson with blood. Who could have imagined this happening?
It's an enormous amount of grief and pain to lose a loved one, but especially in such a violent way. And then to have it in such a public place as your own wedding. This is a tragedy. My heart aches for this family, especially the children.
The multiple stab wounds and the multiple locations of her stab wounds indicated that it was a fast and extremely violent attack that was launched upon her.
The person who stabbed Tina wanted her dead. Wanted to shut the life out of her forever.
This scene was a very bloody scene. There was blood on the walls of the stairwell. There was blood on the sidewalk. There was a broken glass from a shower stall. And of course the bedroom where we located Mrs. Entwistle was filled with blood as well.
Louis, to be your husband.
It's the antithesis of everyone's dream wedding.
It was just like a split-second reaction that it went from the best day of Tina's life to the end of Tina's life. I just kept saying to myself, this cannot be happening. It was unreal.
What is real is the warm romance Tina and Louis share as soon as they start dating.
It made you want to run out and find a relationship because you wanted to feel what Louis and Tina felt at that time. So it was special.
Being part of a blended family is always a challenge, especially when you're talking about disciplining and parenting somebody else's kids. But Louis did it easily. He just found this way of sliding into the family, becoming part of the family overnight.
They never forget the kids and the extended family are their priority.
Tina would always want to be around the kids, you know. Tina threw all kinds of pool parties.
She was very boisterous. And she lived life. And that's how it was. It was like she would just get us all together and we would have fun.
Tina's idea of family goes way beyond bloodlines.
She'd give you the shirt off her back. You know, she fed the neighborhood. Every night was dinner at Tina's house, whether it was on the grill or in the oven. Tina always made sure of that.
On Valentine's Day 1997, after dating 2 years, Louis pops the question.
Tina, will you marry me?
Of course. Louis did everything to assure Tina that he was safe, that he would protect her. She could trust him. He was finally the good guy for Tina.
They soon learn they're pregnant.
They were ecstatic. Louis didn't have any children, so this was going to be his first. Tina already had children, but because this child was made from love, because there was love there, she was ecstatic. He wasn't the perfect man. He had his flaws, but he was a good man with a good heart. And that's what Tina was looking for.
But now, she's dead, and he's injured, and their families are desperate to know who did this.
We found the weapon located in a recyclable trash bin, which was located next to the residence.
Who dumped it there? Within an hour, they find the groom's brother, Angel, hiding outside. He's the one Frank saw with the knife and fought. He admits he did have the knife, but his explanation brings even more disturbing questions. He claims Louis, the groom, had the knife first.
I saw Luis at the bathroom, and he was with knife. He was trying to cut his neck. And I said, Luis, please stop, stop. And he stopped, and I tried to grab his knife.
According to Angel, when he took the knife from Louis, Frank saw him holding it. He says he was afraid, so he ditched his bloody shirt and hid. Is it just a crazy cover story? No one can believe the groom could have been involved in the attack.
I'm like, how is this possible?
He was always quiet and shy. He never even had a speeding ticket. Come on.
Still, even in the best relationships, the closest friends and relatives might not know the whole truth.
I don't know what happened behind closed doors. Nobody knows what happens behind closed doors.
Tina Entwistle is killed on her wedding night, next to the crib where her newborn daughter is peacefully sleeping.
This was supposed to be a happy moment for a newlywed couple who also had a very, a young child together, a 3-month-old baby.
All of Tina's kids are in the house, close to her as always.
Nice and quiet in here, okay, guys? Here.
They don't know it yet, but their mother is gone.
Mommy's with the grown-ups.
Tina had moved to Port Jervis so her kids would be surrounded by natural beauty, not violence. The irony is sickening.
A place where she found peace and tranquility is a place where she found her death.
It's the first murder in Port Jervis in over 3 years, so it hits everyone hard.
Observing the victim, deceased, lying there in her wedding dress and her young newborn child laying asleep, next to her in the crib, it was very distressing to see that.
Wedding guests tell police what happened after the reception.
Because I guess Tina was that happy, she didn't want the day to end. So we all go back to the house and we just turn on the music there and the party just continued.
There's English music here, Spanish music here, kids running around, people talking, laughing, joking.
I was sitting in the kitchen having a grand old time. As far as I know, everything is beautiful. Everything's beautiful.
It's the one day Tina should be selfish. But Tina's always thinking of others, so she spends part of her wedding night trying to play matchmaker.
Tina's best friend, Mary, apparently thought Lewis's cousin was good looking.
Good.
Yeah?
She playfully chats up the cousin, trying to set him up with Mary. But Lewis gets jealous.
Lewis was upset with Tina because Tina was talking to one of Lewis's cousins, trying to set him up with one of her friends. People do it all the time, but Lewis thought that Tina was talking to one of his cousins for Tina after they just got married.
What do you think?
Hey, what's going on?
What do you mean?
What are you doing?
It's awkward, but not terribly unusual.
He did have jealous tendencies, but was I ever hear him verbally abusive? No. Physically, no. Mentally, no way.
Tina has had practice in talking Lewis down. But she doesn't want to do it in front of everyone.
Let's go talk upstairs, okay?
I saw Tina go into the bedroom with Lewis, and she didn't look happy anymore.
Tina and Lewis were bickering. What? Every couple bickers, you know.
No one worries too much. Surely the couple will work it out with a kiss, as they always do.
It's absolutely normal for couples to argue. In fact, it's abnormal for them not to argue. Because what is a couple and what's a relationship? People, two sets of needs coming together, and ultimately there are going to be a few clashes.
They were going to always love each other, and it was always going to be forever. There was no doubt about that. And everybody who saw them or knew them knew Tina and Lewis was meant to be always and forever.
Lewis is drawn to Tina the first moment he sees her.
She was beautiful. She was nice. Personal, everything. She was beautiful. She was a good mother, good friend, good daughter.
Do we only have to go on this?
He does his best to take some of the weight off the single mom's shoulders.
I buy some clothes, sometimes food, toys all the time. I go to parks with kids, everything.
Lewis persevered. Even before she had a romantic relationship with him, he kept trying to be helpful. He kept trying to show her that he was a good guy. Lewis was not about to give up. Good single mothers are always putting their kids first. So finally having a guy around to be helpful probably gave her a little space to start caring for herself. A little space for her to relax. And then, when she found out he had romantic intentions, it probably felt pretty good to Tina.
The wedding preparations continue. Tina doesn't want to walk down the aisle wearing white. She's had kids and treasures tradition. It's a mark of her sweet old-fashioned humility.
So she decided champagne pink, because it's a mixture between pink and a mixture between gold.
The sisters go searching for the perfect dress.
We've been a million places, tried on 3,000 dresses, and she was just not happy. Finally,
Oh my gosh.
she was like, this is the dress. And when she turned around to show me, and I seen her body just like glow, I was like, Tina, you're right, you found the dress. It was lace, and she had all kind of embroidery in the front. It came like tight here, and a little bell. Tina looked amazing in it.
In that moment, everything seems to be falling into place for Tina. But 10 hours into her marriage, she's arguing with her new husband in their room. Is this something beyond normal jealousy?
I have this sick gut feeling something's not right. Look at my mother, I look at my sister. Where's Tina? We all sense something. It's that sixth sense. When they say women have that, we do have that.
Tina and Louis are in the bedroom, and we hear all this banging.
Lisa tries the bedroom door, but it won't open. She knows her sister never locks her room. Something's definitely wrong.
So I'm banging on the door, banging on the door, banging on the door. And then the door opens.
She's the first one inside. As Louis's brother Angel has claimed, the groom has the knife.
I see him standing in the doorway of the bathroom. I see the blood on his white shirt, and I see the knife in his hand.
Oh my God, what happened?
Lisa and Belly Lynn try their best to save Tina.
There's so many cuts, like all over her body. I can't possibly try to cover them all and stop them from bleeding.
The shocking secrets surrounding the vicious attack are about to unfold. In an instant, horror takes over the joyful life that Tina Entwistle has carefully built for herself and her kids.
She has such a hard life from childhood to adulthood. She was finally happy.
As the big day approaches, Tina's plans for her dream wedding are coming together.
She didn't want nothing store-bought, because anybody can do that.
Tina, I mean, how many of these things do I have to make?
Are you complaining? Okay. That's very nice of you.
Tina persuades her sister to help her make everything by hand. Everything.
You're my maid of honor. You will sit here with me, Lisa, and you will help me do this. And I'm like, oh God. But we did. Many bottles of wine. Laughing, joking, talking about the wedding.
She was literally with her hands fashioning a new life for herself. And she was doing it with the other women in her life who supported her, the women who are helping her make this a perfect wedding day.
But her sister starts to get the feeling that despite what everyone sees as a perfect relationship on the surface, something just seems off.
I said, are you sure you want to do this? You know, you can back out of this at any time that you want. You're not obligated to marry that man. But she didn't back out. Whatever's going to be is going to be, she would say.
Her friend Billy Lynn has always had her doubts.
It's a bad thing to say that Tina was a really good friend of mine, but when it came to this guy, it just wasn't my cup of tea, I guess. Louis always struck me as like he was just trying to hide something or gain something.
Tina, it's not too late to change your mind. No, you shouldn't be ashamed if you do.
I asked Tina if she knew what she was getting into, and she said yes.
No, it's gonna be okay. I'll be fine.
Tina saw something in Louis. I didn't see it.
Can you believe that?
And they have noticed, although Louis has never been violent, he has shown a jealous side.
We're sitting on the porch, and some guys are walking up the street, and you hear voices. The natural thing to do is to look. Not that you're looking at the men or the boys or whatever, but you hear voices, you look. She'd look, and he'd be like, oh, what are you looking over there for? You looking at the men?
You like those guys?
What are you talking about? No.
Usually, everyone laughs these moments off. But now, there's some doubt. Was Lewis's jealousy an ominous red flag?
One of the most dangerous places for a woman to be is in the arms of a jealous man. And I know young girls sort of laugh this off, oh, he's just jealous. No, but they don't understand the psychological forces beneath this. This person could have a passionate attachment disorder and try to completely control her and do anything to keep her near, and always worry that somebody or something could take her away. And this could be really dangerous.
But Tina believes it'll all be okay. Especially when she gives birth to Jessica on January 11th, 1998, delighted to be a mommy again. The couple sets March 28th as their wedding date.
Tina's dream for her wedding was to have her family present, to make it short, sweet, and simple. And that's what Tina got. We went there early in the morning and decorated. Just a table, cake, streamers. We put tablecloth, the centerpieces that she made us work so hard for, But it was beautiful because you walked in and you can feel that everything was made out of love. And that's what it was.
Think of the meaning of this. How much energy she put into creating this beautiful wedding. It was something she gave herself, but it was really a symbol of how much she loved Lewis.
In their vows, Lewis promises to love and protect Tina forever. Did he take his vow of protection too far?
Thank you for coming.
We leave the church and we go to the reception hall. Tina looked very happy, laughing and kissing her husband, Lewis.
Attention everyone, hello. All right, we're gonna have the first dance now, and I'd like to welcome Mr. and Mrs. DeLeg to the dance floor. Come on.
Surrounded by family and friends, Lewis guides Tina in their first dance as husband and wife.
You can see him glow. When he takes Tina out to dance for their wedding song, you can see the happiness in both of them.
Everybody seems to be having fun. Everybody's laughing and eating and drinking and dancing.
But then, Tina's new husband, Lewis, spends his wedding night in the hospital. He doesn't realize he's now a widower until Port Jervis detectives break the news.
When we advised Lewis that Tina was deceased, he had asked us, how did that happen? And we explained to him that she died as a result of her stab wounds. And he stated to us, his exact words were, oh. And at that point, he remained pretty quiet and just emotionally flat.
Detectives asked Lewis for his story. The truth about what happened to these two newlyweds behind closed doors will soon be revealed. And it's utterly shocking.
We were just having an argument, and
Tina Antwistle marries Louis DeLeg at 3 p.m. on Saturday, March 28th, 1998. She's pronounced dead 10 hours later, stabbed to death. police question her new husband, who family members say got jealous after the reception and argued with Tina in their bedroom.
Lewis explained to us that Tina was making disparaging remarks that were very hurtful to him.
He claims Tina's the one who pulled a knife. He says, as they struggled over it, his hands got sliced up before he wrestled it away. He complains that Tina hurt his feelings with her cruel words, and he has no feelings for her now.
Here, the couple had just gotten married practically 10 hours before this assault, and now he's explaining to us that he just lost all feelings and sentiment towards his wife. So I thought that was a very peculiar choice of words.
He says he stabbed his wife twice, but the evidence tells another story.
Tina was stabbed multiple times. She had injuries consisting of stab wounds to the top of her left breast and underneath her left breast. She had a stab wound to her eye. She had lacerations on her face. She also had a stab wound on her lower abdomen and a stab wound on her back by her shoulder area.
My sister suffered. She had many wounds. She suffered.
We placed Lewis under arrest for second-degree murder at the hospital. He was then guarded by police authorities.
Finally, he spills it all.
This argument was different. It wasn't about how are we going to raise the kids, how much money should we put as a down payment on a house. This argument was fueled by jealousy, and it became angry very quickly.
What are you doing?
What are you talking about?
I saw everything! My cousin!
It spirals out of control.
I saw you!
Somewhere along the line, she took her ring off and she must have threw it at him.
I'm not taking it.
Oh, you're gonna take it!
You need to get out of my house! Take your ring and get out of my house!
And told him, and I believe this, to get out her house. Take him and his family and get out her house. And I think maybe that pushed him over the edge.
You got to remember, Tina was a very strong woman. I mean, she'd been through some harsh relationships, but she was a fighter. So when he got into conflict with her, she did her usual, put her back up, and basically said, hey, I don't need you. And she took that ring off and she threw it on the ground. This could be what set him off.
Pick up that ring!
You get out of my
Pick up that ring!
Just take me! Take this!
I do believe he hit her, and I do believe she got up and hit him back.
Lewis knows Tina keeps a knife in the dresser.
He opened the knife, and then he menaced Tina with the knife by pointing it at her, making statements like, do you want a piece of this? Do you want this?
Tina pleads with Lewis not to do anything stupid. For the sake of the children, including his baby girl asleep in the crib just feet away. But he strikes. Over and over and over. Tina does her best to fight back, but she loses. How could he do this? As Frank and Angel struggle with the knife, Lewis flees like a coward out the bathroom window.
Tina gave that man a fight for his money, and he had the weapon. She fought for her life.
The family buries Tina on April 1st, 1998. Her eulogy delivered by the same pastor who officiated at the wedding just 4 days before.
It's just, you can't even read it in a storybook, It was just the same people that you saw at the wedding laughing and picking on each other and making fun of everybody. You see the same people 3 or 4 days later, and they can't stop crying.
When it first happened, I couldn't get up. I'd get up and I'd take a breath and I would feel like I didn't have that right. That I shouldn't be taking that breath because she couldn't take one.
This is called survivor's guilt, and it's really common. It can happen with emergency room workers. It can happen with people in combat who watch their comrades die. It can be debilitating. You spend your whole life thinking, why didn't it happen to me? Why did it have to happen to them? You start to feel guilty for living.
And the kids.
Her children. What do you tell them at 10, 5, and 3, 2 months old? What do you tell them?
Her own daughter doesn't know anything about Tina. My son, he'll never get to see Tina.
Lewis pleads guilty to second-degree murder and is sentenced to 20 years to life. He's currently serving his sentence at Sing Sing Correctional Facility in Ossining, New York. He still insists he never wanted to hurt Tina.
It's hard for me to understand. I'm not remember that everything what happened. I wasn't trying to kill somebody. I feel bad because I lost my heart.
Tina's family still isn't buying it. They're happy he has to live with what he did forever.
I'm glad they took him to the hospital. I'm glad they saved his life. And I'm glad he's in prison because he's getting what he deserves. Any man who puts their hands on a woman is a coward. Any man that uses a weapon against a woman is a worse of a coward.
I still have that rage, that anger, that insulting, just feeling that you did that while I was there.
I don't get how you are such a quiet person and then in 10 hours or 11 hours, you become a murderer. How does that happen?
Even now, after all these years, it still doesn't make sense.
I heard till death do us part, but I thought that was God's choice, not the choice of man.
Once upon a time, Karen Waltz and Scott Roston are caught up in a wave of passion.
He wined and dined her, took her places. He kind of swept her off her feet.
She was ecstatic, bubbling. They had so much in common.
But one Valentine's Day, their hopes and dreams wash away in an instant.
This was Love Boat gone wrong story.
It was like the air being sucked out of you. I was just in shock.
For this couple, the honeymoon is over. Young and in love, Karen Waltz and Scott Roston are off to Vegas for a quickie wedding. She's 26, a free-thinking bohemian. He's a decade older, with the suave demeanor of a made-for-TV doctor.
He kind of swept her off her feet.
The kind of guy a small-town girl like Karen had longed to end up with.
He was charming, intelligent. He said the right things. He did the right things. And Karen was very much in love with Scott.
And Scott has hooked a great catch. She's smart, fun, a total knockout. Everyone who knows Karen loves her.
She was very easy to be comfortable around because she had this very laid-back spirit.
Laid back, but also impulsive. The kind of girl who'd follow her heart from Santa Monica to Las Vegas to elope with the man she loves. Excited about the next chapter in their lives, The usually casual couple is dressed to kill today.
Vegas is a place where people are impulsive and where people are drinking and gambling, and marriage is the ultimate gamble, isn't it?
Yes. Let's do it.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here in Las Vegas.
Even surrounded by plastic flowers and a paid witness in the marriage commissioner's office, they both look great.
You got the rings.
It's classic Vegas. No pictures, no wedding guests.
Your turn.
They've told their families, but want to do this on their own.
By the power invested in me in the great state of Nevada, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride.
Now that they're Mr. and Mrs. Roston, they beeline back to the coast for a honeymoon cruise aboard a lovely ship called Star Dancer.
Here was a honeymooning couple embarking on a new life, literally, on a ship.
Couples love cruises for honeymoons. It's like a floating fantasy universe where there's nothing really to do except go back to your cabin and consummate your marriage, or go to the big buffet tables, or lie by the pool. Cruises are perfect honeymoon venues.
They were a very happy, normal couple, just enjoying that time together.
The newlyweds are the center of attention at the Diamond Deck's formal restaurant. By day, they enjoy exercise, Mexican ports like Puerto Vallarta and Cabo San Lucas, and each other.
These stories are so poignant. They stay with people because they are about normal events, ordinary events in everyone's life. You get married, you go on your honeymoon, happy time.
And happy time is coming to a close. It's the night before Valentine's Day, the last night of the cruise. Star Dancer is closing in on Los Angeles. Tomorrow will be Karen and Scott's first Valentine's Day as a married couple. But late that night, the unimaginable.
Somebody help me! Captain, my wife's been blown overboard.
Karen has fallen overboard, over the rail, and into the dark, cold, deep water. They have to find her, fast.
Chances of survival could be pretty slim, given the temperature of the water. They just can't tread water for that long period of time.
The Coast Guard is called in from San Diego to launch a full-scale search by sea and air.
There's so much irony here. This is supposed to be the beginning of a beautiful, happy life together. Instead, on a romantic cruise, on their honeymoon, on Valentine's Day, she goes missing.
How could this have happened to an athletic woman like Karen, who was always so comfortable in the water?
Karen loved the ocean. She was a great swimmer, very strong. We went to the beach as children, and on the weekends, we used to have tea parties in the water, underneath the water.
Karen grows up along the beaches of Florida with a sister and a single mom. Her dad left when she was a baby. Mom raises her two girls with tons of love, but on a shoestring.
My mom was extremely hardworking, often worked 2 jobs to send us to a private school and to provide for us. There wasn't a lot of money left over.
She was determined that her girls were not going to live the hard struggle of a life that she had.
Mom makes sure they're able to follow their dreams. And Karen's dream is dance. So Mom finds the money for lessons.
She was extremely graceful. Karen could do amazing things. She was meant to dance. Karen was a very health-conscious person. She was known to run 10 miles a day, active in Tai Chi, Taekwondo.
When she enrolls in massage school, it's a match made in heaven.
It's a gift. You're born with it. And bringing that energy that you would have to be a great dancer. She brought that art into the massage. Once her hands landed on you, that gift of massage, she could relax anyone, anywhere.
Karen's boyfriend at the time is also good with his hands. Troy is a carpenter, specializing in boat building.
They kind of matched. They're both light-haired, blue-eyed, had been together for quite a while, and they seemed like they were best friends.
When Karen graduates, she lands a job at a posh Palm Beach resort. One day, while covering for another therapist, Karen finds a regular client on her table, Scott Roston.
Wow, you're amazing.
Thank you.
He's cute, fit, and a chiropractor. She really likes Troy, but there's something about this Scott.
Oh, wow.
He's attracted to her, too. She's not like some of the superficial women he's been with.
He had brought in girlfriends previously, and they were these very tall, flashy, lots of makeup, model-type looking women, where Karen was more of a down-to-earth, not a lot of makeup.
It's the very beginning of what will be a whirlwind romance. But now they've been ripped apart, and somewhere in that cold, dark ocean, Karen could be clinging to life. By dawn on Valentine's Day, the Coast Guard is well into a massive grid search.
They would have to take into effect it would be some drift factor because of the current of the ocean.
Even if they can zero in on her, it's unlikely she could survive the impact of the fall or the cold water. Still, the searchers hope for a miracle. Then, 10 hours into the search, one of them spots something.
When we located her, I think we were lucky to find her.
What they find unleashes a mystery that will lead investigators into a world of intrigue, lies, and deception. It's Valentine's Day, and Scott and Karen Roston's romantic honeymoon has ended in the worst possible way. The Coast Guard searches off the coast of Southern California for a missing bride. After 10 hours, they close in on something bobbing on the waves.
As they got closer, they observed that it was a female, and that's when they brought her on board and was able to determine that this was the victim that was reported that had fallen off the Star Dancer.
How could the beautiful young newlywed be dead just a week into her marriage? Investigators need to figure out what happened. According to Scott, they were jogging that night, and she somehow tumbled overboard, blown by the wind or losing her footing as the ship tossed. He says he hit his face on a metal box by the railing, trying to save her. But she slipped away into the darkness. Karen was alive when she hit the water. She has a bruise on her forehead. Dead bodies don't bruise. And fluid she had breathed into her lungs. Investigators surmise she got the forehead bruise hitting something on the way down. They hope at least she was unconscious for the end. Who can imagine a more terrifying death? That evening, her sister gets the call.
First thoughts that went through my mind were, you're talking about the wrong Karen. That couldn't have been my sister. Karen was an excellent swimmer. She couldn't have drowned. So I was in disbelief.
Less than a year earlier, Karen's life in Florida is looking sunny. She really likes this interesting, worldly doctor. After graduating from chiropractic school, he spent a year in Israel with his parents, setting up a chiropractic clinic there. Before long, the two are thinking of taking things to the next level. For Karen, that means a tough choice.
Karen and Troy's relationship started to deteriorate at that stage.
She has to break the news that she's found true love with someone else.
I think Troy was devastated. I'm sure he wasn't sure what had hit him. I think that he wanted to marry Karen.
I'm so sorry. I've got to go.
Troy's great, but Scott is in a different league.
I'm sure she was blown away when she met this tough Jewish guy from the Bronx who'd been in the Navy and lived in Israel. He was 10 years older. He was wiser. Compared to the sweet, nice, ho-hum guy next door who she was with, Scott seemed like a catch. He was her Prince Charming.
She's dying to meet his close-knit family. In fact, they're so tight that Scott still lives at home with his mom and his chiropractor father. She likes them immediately. And Scott's parents like her too. No surprise.
When she walked into the room, she lit up the room with a smile, with that energy, just that natural energy.
They were very willing to embrace her in the family, teaching her how to cook Scott's favorite dishes, teaching her about the Jewish faith.
Karen learns that Scott is also an author with a fascinating story to tell. In his book, he relates the story of his time in Israel. While he was setting up the chiropractic clinic, the Israeli mob approached him about a smuggling racket. When he refused to cooperate, they had him jailed and tortured. He ultimately faked psychosis to get transferred to a mental hospital, and from there talked his way into being released, then ran for the airport to get back to the safety of U.S. soil.
I'm sure she thought this was wildly exciting, a story of international espionage, an abduction, a manly man who fought himself free. He must have seemed so exciting to her.
He's exciting. And well-bred.
He wined and dined her, took her places that she'd never been before.
A little bit.
He teaches her about rounds of golf and ski vacations and fancy restaurants. It's a whole new life for her.
I believe that she was excited that someone like Scott would be interested in someone like her. And he was able to afford her things that she wouldn't afford otherwise.
Just as their relationship is gaining momentum, Scott makes a fateful decision. He announces he's moving to California to jumpstart his chiropractic practice there.
What's the matter? We talked about this.
I know, but it's all the way to California.
Long-distance relationships are never easy.
It's been just so good.
But Karen is committed to making it work. She'll visit as often as she can.
It was a long-distance relationship, but she really had fallen for him, and she was okay with that for the time being.
In beautiful Santa Monica, Scott finds roommates and a great place just off the ocean.
It turned out to be a very nice condo. When I saw it, I couldn't help but fall in love with the place. Very nice condo, tri-level.
Scott takes the master bedroom on the middle floor.
seemed like a really nice guy. He told me that he was a chiropractor looking to take his boards in California and become licensed. Scott was into fitness, went to the gym quite a bit.
Being apart is really hard on Karen.
This is her dream. So when he goes away, soon after she falls in love, when all the early chemicals are flowing about, oh, I've met a great guy, of course she's going to become more and more attached. Remember, she just left a boyfriend for him, and now he left town, and she's the product of an abandoning daddy. Don't you think she might chase after him?
When Karen finally visits, she impresses everybody, as usual.
She seemed to strike me as a person who, looked old and young at the same time. I personally would say an old soul.
Somehow she knows Scott's the one and worth the effort. She visits again and again.
Karen?
Her dedication pays off.
Will you make me the happiest man in the world and marry me?
Yes! When Scott pops the question and seals the deal with a giant, sparkling, pear-shaped rock.
Oh my God.
I remember Karen being all excited when she got back to work. She was sporting a beautiful engagement ring.
Women love big rocks, It implies that the guy's wasting his money on a ring, so he must have that much more. It implies great social status. Now she was fully a fiancée.
Come here. I'm so excited.
It's all working out. But now, the officers of the Star Dancers struggle to understand how an agile athlete could fall over a railing higher than her waist on a night that wasn't windy. Somehow, Karen went over, and Scott got pretty banged up. Something horrible has happened. But what? The bizarre explanation is something no one could ever predict. The hot and heavy romance of Karen and Scott has come to a heartbreaking end in the cold waters of the Pacific. The only flowers appropriate for this Valentine's Day are funeral lilies.
My parents, when they heard the news, were so devastated. I don't believe they ever thought that could happen. Not to someone who was as intelligent and beautiful and talented as my sister.
Scott's parents are also shocked. They'd been so happy to have Karen join their family. And now she's gone. The news is widely reported, especially in the Star Dancers' home port of L.A.
I got a call from the Los Angeles Times from a lady reporter, and when she began to relay parts of the story, the hair on my neck just stood up. And then the thought of this beautiful person being so brutally taken away from all the people that loved her, to have her life, her voice stilled in such a brutal manner, it was earth-shaking, it broke my heart. I was in shock.
People would say, what are you working on? And you tell them, I'm working on the story of that woman who went overboard on her honeymoon. You'd say, tell me all about it. I really want to know. I think in some ways it did unsettle people, the idea that something this awful could happen to you under the most idyllic of circumstances.
Karen was looking for love. That's all she wanted. To have a husband, to have a healthy marriage. Instead, she found tragedy.
She's traded a honeymoon bed for a body bag.
I did notice some red marks on her neck, which indicated to me there was some type of struggle And later, when we did the autopsy, it was more evident as to what was on her neck. Handprints, that somebody had both hands around her throat.
But whose hands? Once the ship is back in port, Karen's clothes, jewelry, and other physical evidence go to the FBI. Her body goes to her devastated family. It's so tragic. Karen's life had just blossomed when she'd gotten engaged.
It was expensive.
She had everything to look forward to. She was beautiful, she was happy. Why shouldn't something good happen to her?
Well, look at
Having grown up in modest circumstances, she's dazzled and thrilled to be marrying such a terrific guy.
And just, you do all those things when you get engaged and you're excited and you have a future with someone that you love. What's not good?
Everyone's happy because Karen's happy, even if some people like the ring more than others.
I was not very impressed considering that he was a doctor. But Karen was very excited about the engagement and very excited to show everyone the ring.
Karen's mom is cautious when she checks out the ring. It seems perfect. Maybe too perfect.
I think you need to have that thing appraised. Seriously, just so you can have it insured.
And he did it himself, so it's special. Yeah, you're right. Good job, Mom.
An insurance appraisal will take time. No worries. Karen is busy prepping for her move to Santa Monica to be with her man. She tries to spend extra time with her mom before she goes. The two haven't always seen eye to eye, not uncommon for a strong single mom and an independent daughter.
Karen had a plan, and that plan may not always have been the plan that my mom would have wanted for her.
A little pricey, aren't they?
But the prospect of a wedding brings them closer.
Yeah, I guess so.
But you know what? I like them.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's get two.
My mother was really happy for Karen. Things were good for them in their relationship.
Now she's been ripped away. On shore, the FBI questions Scott about the night before. His first story is that a gust of wind blew his wife overboard. He tried to grab her, but she slipped from his grasp.
I don't know about the story about being blown over because there was really no wind.
And there's no blood on the metal box Scott says he hit while diving to save Karen. So how did his face get bloodied? Nothing is adding up. Finally, confronted with inconsistencies, Scott makes an admission. His story is a lie. A lie created to protect his parents from the people who actually killed Karen. Israeli spies. He goes on to explain that all this happened in retaliation for the book he wrote the year before. In it, he tells about his torture by corrupt Israeli officials and organized crime thugs while he was in Israel with his parents. His parents back up the dramatic story. They had to leave Israel fast after it happened. Now has Scott Ralston's past caught up to him?
This must have baffled the crew at the time, trying to sort out what was true, what wasn't. Was Scott lying? Was he telling the truth? Are there spies on board?
This is not the first time authorities have heard about espionage attempts on his life. The year before, Scott's mother reports an attempted kidnapping. She tells the Palm Beach sheriff that two Israelis jumped him outside a shopping mall, shouting, "Israel wants you." But luckily, Scott scrambled free and escaped. The sheriff's office could find no witnesses. But Scott and his parents swear it happened. And aren't spies trained to just vanish? It may sound far-fetched, but Scott reminds investigators about the Israeli nuclear technician who'd been abducted in Europe after revealing secrets about Israel's atomic bomb program. Far-fetched, but it does happen. So, is it possible that Karen Waltz, the nice Lutheran girl from Florida, was the unwitting victim of international espionage? Scott Roston tells the FBI his wife Karen was killed on their honeymoon by Israeli commandos. Agents begin scouring the passenger manifest, trying to see if it's true that spies were on board. It's a bizarre end for a young woman so full of promise. She and Scott were just beginning their life together.
Yeah?
For Karen, the marriage is a big step, considering what her mom went through when her father abandoned them.
The divorce and its effect on Karen probably were deeply felt.
It begins when she's still a child.
Karen didn't understand why there wasn't a father in her life.
The abandoning daddy syndrome has reared its head in such a big way. Karen had this gaping hole in her heart where a man should have been to offer her love and protection, longing to be loved, to be accepted, to be cared for, to be protected.
Enter Scott Roston.
I think Karen was a romantic at heart. And she believed traditional protector, provider, manly man would be the one to solve all her problems and make her dreams come true. And I think Scott looked to Karen for her small-town stability, for her sweetness.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
So you're gonna give me a massage?
Everything seems perfect, but it's not. As far as Karen knows, Scott's thriving practice is paying for their lifestyle. But the truth? Not only is Scott's practice not thriving, it doesn't exist. He's not even licensed to practice in California. In fact, he's living off a big insurance payout he got from a shopping mall after he slipped on, believe it or not, a banana.
Scott presented himself meticulously, composed, always neatly dressed. It was, the appearance that he was doing well.
In the early stages of a relationship, you have nothing to go on except what your lover tells you. So of course you believe it all. She bought it, lock, stock, and barrel.
And that engagement ring? Eventually, the appraisal comes back.
Karen found out that the ring was cubic zirconium, a synthetic diamond.
Wow.
Karen was angry, embarrassed that someone would find out.
Especially when she goes to an engagement party for a cousin who's flashing a real rock.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful. I love it.
It was expected that Karen would show hers off as well.
Karen, show her your ring.
Oh, what are your plans?
It's mortifying.
The fact that he gave her a cubic zirconia should have been a deal breaker, not a warning sign, a deal breaker. Here was a guy who was clearly lying about who he was and how much he loved her.
If he lied about the ring, what else was he lying about?
Karen, I think, started to have some misgivings or some second thoughts, trying to figure out what the truth was.
Just before the road trip to Vegas, Karen calls her sister.
I remember that phone conversation like it was yesterday.
She's afraid to back out and look silly.
I said, when did Mom ever not tell you that you can back away at any time you want to? You could be at the altar and you can run away and it's okay. It doesn't matter. You can leave.
But in the end, she and Scott decide to pull the trigger, make it fast and fun. And for $25, they become Mr. and Mrs. Roston.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here.
The flowers are as fake as Karen's ring.
You may now kiss the bride.
But it's Vegas, right? They're back home at the Santa Monica condo by nightfall.
What's up, buddy? Hey, guys.
I noticed that both Scott and Karen were dressed up, and I think before that I had always seen them in shorts or workout, casual clothes. I said, it looks like you kids have been to a wedding. And Scott flashed a ring to me.
We seriously got married. Where? In Vegas.
And I said, well, first of all, congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Secondly, what the heck are you doing here? Why would you not stay?
I think I'm gonna head on out, let you guys have the house.
If it were me, I would have stayed in Vegas,
Take care.
But hey, c'est la vie.
Have a good one.
And how do they spend the wedding night?
She was just kind of puttering in the kitchen, and he was watching Star Trek.
Not everyone would choose Captain Kirk over a beautiful bride.
Kisses, babe.
But Scott definitely isn't everyone.
This was a setup for how their relationship was going to be. This is what she signed up for. She must have known it. But to her, she didn't care. She just wanted to be married to Scott. It breaks my heart when I think about poor Karen.
On board Star Dancer, the honeymooners dine with the same group on the Diamond Deck each night. As always, everyone's taken with Karen.
She was extroverted, she was well-spoken, articulate.
Yes.
But Scott seems to have some problems with her. He gets angry if she eats sweets, or even uses the wrong utensil.
What are you doing?
Yeah, there's...
What are you doing?
What?
With that fork. With the fork. This is your dinner fork. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
The truth is, he doesn't feel that he has the social class to be there, so he's projecting it onto her. Scott knows that he's living a lie. He knows that he's created this false facade about being a chiropractor, about being world-traveled, and he doesn't want his wife to blow it by using the wrong fork. Her abandonment issues were so high that she would do anything to keep this relationship, mainly be the most perfect, abiding wife.
He might be a jerk, but is he a killer? Or did he tell the truth about the Israeli commandos? The passenger manifest does show 2 Israeli nationals were aboard. Were they really Black Ops agents? Or is Scott Roston more than a liar?
Karen was just such a sweet, trusting girl. And when I found out that she had gone on a honeymoon cruise and did not survive it, I had a bad feeling that he had something to do with it.
Karen Waltz Roston, only 26 years old, and on her honeymoon cruise, is plucked from the Pacific Ocean on Valentine's Day, 1988. Her husband claims shadowy Israeli hitmen killed her. The FBI has a different suspect in mind.
They were holding Scott on suspicion that he was the one.
No, of course we don't have any proof. I can't. Look, these guys are good, okay? These guys are good. They framed me.
Held without bail, Scott continues telling his story to any newspaper that'll listen.
So here is a man who clearly wants to control the message, to control his image, because already this was the Love Boat gone wrong story. Here he was talking about the fact that he did not do this. He did not kill his wife, but it was Israeli agents on board ship who were seeking revenge for a book that he had written critical of the Israeli government.
Meanwhile, they never found any sign of any Israeli spy on that boat. So it shows me that maybe he is mentally ill, or maybe he's really smart and he's just sticking to his story.
His parents believe him, but everyone else?
No. I never thought that was a plausible explanation. I shouldn't be laughing.
The grieving groom never backs down.
In one of Scott Roston's conversations with The Times, he said, "You can get out the message to the people who did this to her that her death is not going to be in vain."
No one has ever been able to substantiate the claims he makes in his book. Is it just more lies from a twisted mind? Karen's family holds the funeral back in Florida.
Well, what can you say to people? I think I just remember walking up and hugging her mother, and because there are no words to comfort anybody in that position.
Karen's ex-boyfriend, Troy, is as crushed as anyone.
She was the one to have broken up with him, and it made it even more moving because he still loved her.
Just over a year after that terrible Valentine's Day, Scott Roston goes on trial for second-degree murder. The prosecutor tells the jury the hands around Karen's throat did not belong to some Israeli secret agent from Scott's fevered imagination, but Scott Roston himself. That explains the gouge on his face, which neatly matches the shape of Karen's cubic zirconia engagement ring. The rock might have been fake, but she made the best of it in the fight. The jury finds him guilty of second-degree murder on the high seas. But the judge is so outraged, he sentences Roston to life in prison, a first-degree penalty. On appeal, his sentence is changed to 33 years.
Why should he have a second chance at life? What does he have to offer society? But to come out and maybe kill somebody else's daughter? Take someone else's friend?
In a letter to this program's producers, Roston sticks by his story that he was framed for Karen's murder. He also still believes that government forces are out to get him. As to motive, no one knows. It's a truly senseless death. Even to this day, the mystery remains. Why did he snap that night and betray Karen and her family?
My mother had spoken to him on the phone and said, "I want you to take good care of my daughter." And he agreed that he would do that. It was a lie.
I get so angry. Here, Karen, who had so much to offer, and so many people that loved her, to just be cut short by this insecure, controlling, narcissistic manipulator.
All she ever wanted was love.
There were red flags. There were warning signs for poor Karen. But she was so in love with love, so longing to be with a real husband, that she couldn't see those red flags.
When Scott killed Karen, he deprived the world of her and what she had to offer. Karen was a sweet soul with a great heart. She really could have made a big difference in a lot of people's lives.
In her family's hearts, Karen lives on.
I was pregnant at the time when Karen died. Karen was very excited about my being pregnant and her becoming an aunt. So when my daughter was born, we felt that it was right to name her Karen. I tell my daughter and even other people. If you're in a relationship that doesn't seem right, that there are questionable behaviors, controlling manners of someone else, that you're at risk, go to someone for help, someone you trust.
Because no one deserves this.